It's a new day here in the world of Tekkify, and as I probably didn't really go over in the first episode very much, it's the sheer number of changes that have happened. It's a whole new mod pack, and yes, many things. One of the most important changes that has happened recently, that you may have noticed if you logged on, and haven't noticed if you haven't, is, well, I wouldn't say it's a major thing, but it seems major to some people, is the removal of IC2, which means nuclear reactors, recyclers, compressors, extractors, macerators, and the kind of furnaces that they had. Excuse me. So, with all of those gone, for God's sake, I've got to turn off this damn chat. With all of those gone, you'd think there's not really many ways to go about it. Most people know IC2 because it has been a staple thing. It's staple, yes, and many people know it when it comes to the modding community. However, IC2 is being moved away from in how it functions and towards better mods and things. IC2's EU power isn't the best. They're kind of going more towards things like proper voltages and charges and things, and something called RF, Redstone Force, which I'd actually say is appropriate for Minecraft, because that's a form of energy. Even megajoules are being moved away from a bit, so stuff from Railcraft, megajoule powered things, don't work as easily now, but generally most things that require megajoules can be powered by a Redstone Force, but you can't use something that makes megajoules to power a Redstone Force device. If that makes any sense. Effectively, what it's going to be doing is it's phasing out Redstone Force, megajoules and EU overall. But the replacement mods are quite simple, really. Where was I? Crap. That was it. Yeah. There's very few ways of making energy now. It's, generally speaking, it's either, get rid of that, it's dynamos, which are these things. Those are thermal expansion. They create redstone force and stuff like that. They're quite simple. They're a bit like the Buildcraft engines, except that Buildcraft has been disabled as well now. There's also big reactors, which are these things. I actually have one set up as an example because they're multi-block formats. They're hard to kind of show. The idea is it's an any size multi-block thing. You can make the minimum size has to be 3x3x3 and can be pretty much anything from up there. You have fuel rods, which I think mine are empty? Impossible. Oh no, it's because it's offline. Ah, right, my bad. No, yeah, it is full. So the idea is you've got controllers, there's power taps behind these. Where's my... There it is. Precision sledgehammer, get rid of that. Power tap. The idea is it's a nuclear reactor in effect. You put fuel in. I've chosen to have an output as well as an import. You can just have the same thing all in one. 2 power taps in my case because I want to be able to get everything out of it. And yeah, the power level is still going down. They make heat. At the moment, they're not. They're still being developed, so things like meltdowns don't happen yet. And you can. I have cyanide here. You can process that into plutonium, and you can make that into essentially plutonium as a second fuel source. The original stuff is yellorium, which, as the name would suggest, yellow cake uranium. Effectively, yellow cake uranium is just a way of storing uranium. With the yellorium in there as fuel, it creates energy and occasionally outputs cyanide. The cyanide gets reprocessed into plutonium, as I said, and you can put the plutonium back in. At the moment, there is no difference in that because it's still being developed, but you never know. We may see. You may have to build an entire other reactor just for the plutonium, or you can mix it and it'll produce different energies. It's complicated. Also, the kind of efficiency of it is based on its heat levels and things like that. Either way, if I just activate, I can show you it working. The fuel rod thing in the center doesn't show anything up. I'm using water as the cooling at the moment, though. You have to physically place it inside. It's not like you... Oh, there we go. It's showing up now. That's the yellorium fuel rod. I'm using water. You can use anything from water. You can pretty much use any kind of liquid, really. You can also use diamond blocks as cooling. They're really effective. But obviously expensive. So yeah, reactor heat's going up, energy buffer's going up, and that thing's 100% enriched again because it's just churned out some more cyanide. And I'm sure some more yellorium's just gone in. Yeah, there we go. Some stuff can come out of this, but only if there isn't one of these. It's quite clever. It doesn't just churn out randomly. Anyway, I don't need much more energy hanging around, so I'm just going to shut this down. power just goes 0, reactor heat goes down, slowly. It does use the heat to power it as well. Anyway, back up through the elevator blocks. What? Is it not working? Is it plugged in?
Still plugged in.
Check it. We're having a slight issue. Alice's mouse has died. This isn't good. Is it plugged in okay?
It was fine.
Oh, okay. Random.
Just didn't want to function.
Oh, fair enough then.
Hello, YouTube.
As usual. Right. So, these elevator blocks are a nice, useful ingredient. Ingredient? A nice, useful thing as well. They can only go 20 blocks at any time, so I have mine set exactly 20 blocks apart. And one last one. Basement room. Pretty cool. Anyway, so applied energistics is still in. We also have chisel blocks to create some very, very interesting patterning and stuff. Can be quite creative and useful and cool. This is just my place in my clan. I don't have to have it like this. I also have a couple of energetic infusers, so I can power all my power armor much faster, because charging power armor is actually quite slow now. Random nether portal as well, aqueous accumulator in case I want to make obsidian, but at the moment I'm just making cobble, which goes into a deep storage unit so it doesn't take up room. Typical stuff I've had before. There's also pulverizers, which pulverize ore like IC2 did with maceration, and redstone furnaces, which according to this, one of them doesn't have anything in them. Oh, okay, no, it just wasn't loading. Yeah, the wasn't loading the information properly. And redstone furnaces, which are just furnaces powered by the redstone force. You can link them up as well. Thermal expansion also has fluid ducts and item ducts to transport any form of liquid and items of any description. I haven't automated it yet, but I thought burying them in the walls looks cool because someone else did it, and it just looks really good, and it's a good starter, but I will be changing that because for automation purposes. So pretty much everything IC2 needs that kind of brought in with the whole macerating of ores to double production is still hanging around, still not possible. So for any of you who want to get the most out of your ores, don't fret, it can still be done. Those are the major things, really. I mean, there aren't many in the way of productive mods, but there's a lot of aesthetic things. We have chisel, as well as we have open blocks. The mod open blocks, yeah. Elevators, that's from open blocks. Building guided I haven't even looked through half of these things, so this is going to be me just checking it all out. Hang glider, they're cool. Canvases, all sorts. At the moment it's still open beta, so there's bugs going around and all sorts of things might change. As you may have noticed, an announcement was popping up saying getting rid of thermal expansion crescent hammers, as well as anything that can do what they can do, because they can overdo claims at the moment, which is annoying, but still. This thing here, the precision sledgehammer, can do anything it can do, as far as I can tell, or else they wouldn't have suggested that. And I think they're looking into currently alternatives to buildcraft quarries because they want to get rid of buildcraft entirely. And frankly, aside from the quarry issue, I'm with them on that, because the only thing out of buildcraft I ever really used was the quarries. Anything to do with piping is much better done in thermal expansion. You can get opaque pipes, so you can still see the items whizzing around if you really want. But buildcraft... Okay, so there's going to be random edit jumps in this because of having to edit out stuff. Never mind. It's all good fun in the end of the day. Well, you never know, I may include it in and embarrass you. Actually, it'll probably be more of an embarrassment to me than you, but hey-ho.
Love you.
Love you too. Trying to think what else there is, mods-wise. The Nether, I do not know what the mod is called, but the Nether is different. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I can't even remember what I went over in the first video. The Nether, where are you, Nether? Ash biomes are plenty. I'm not sure if it is all biomes are plenty. Fling myself like a goon with the railgun. Very funny. And let's go up to this because I'm pretty sure this hive's been cracked open. I'm just hitting the ceiling lots. There we go. Yeah, biomes are plenty. Okay, yeah. So there's biomes are plenty and the Nether looks ridiculous. Oh god, no, 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 no. Oh, shit. No. Don't do this to me. Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay. Just randomly doing that. Okay, let's log in, set myself on fire again, and come on, log in. Okay, there we go. Where is it? What? Well, it's not killing me. That's a good thing. That was very oh, it's because I had all of it on. Oh, Jesus. There we go. Christ. Sorry, just having a small panic attack from dying. Okay, so yeah, the Nether. The Nether is much better, fuller of biomes of plenty of stuff. We also have geostrata. For any of you who know what geostrata is and know about the boosting effects that geostrata can give, those have been disabled here because they are extremely overpowered. You get about like 9. They are expensive to make, but if you get loads of them and just take them with you when you're mining, it does just produce a phenomenal amount of overpoweredness. Okay, right, and I forgot also about the fact that I can do commands to go home, so home 2. Things on. No, don't show chat. There we go, hidden chat. Much better. Okay, so as you can see, chisel blocks as well, as I mentioned before. You can chisel most standard blocks, like vanilla blocks, and there are many, many beautiful variations of which. Trying to think as well. Oh, yeah, I also made myself a nice little sacrificial pit for my crescent hammer when I had to burn it. It's a fun thing to do. Most of these things, can I just click on them and find the recipes now? Okay, good. Yeah, I can. It's in the correct mode. But anyway, so at the moment I have the basics really. I've nabbed a few things from my clan home. I'm probably gonna go mining and give a load of stuff back as well, but I don't actually have crazy much on me. I've literally just dug this out, really. Still think this kind of having this as a reactor room is pretty cool, because I can still just go down and have a proper basement. Oh yeah, as you may notice as well, if I look down, I can see all the reactor room stuff way below. So it's a nice tall room. The good thing about this is as well is if I need more reactors that are all small, I plan to have the most efficient reactor sizes I can find, and have just multiples of them rather than having just bigger and bigger reactors. Probably be the best way to go about it, as my power requirements go up and up and up. But I don't estimate they will go ridiculously high, because there's nothing aside from power suits that drain power like crazy. For instance, my current power suit happily drains resonant energy cells. Thinking of that, that's another thing. Energy cells. You know how in IC2, any of you that are familiar with IC2, there's the BAT box, MFE, and MFSU. Well, we have the equivalent here. We have leadstone energy cell, hardened energy cell, redstone energy cell, and resonant energy cell. The concept behind this is pretty much anything can store a certain amount of power within the redstone, but they can only do it based on how well it's constructed. With this, leadstone energy cell is just a block of redstone and some lead. Hardened energy cell it involves some invar, or to upgrade an original cell, or get just the cell frame and some more bits. Redstone energy cells are a bit different again. They are their own different thing, but they require hardened glass, diamonds, and stuff. They can do it a bit better and hold like molten redstone to begin with, whereas these are just plain old redstone. The resonant ones are just resonant energy cells, but have Enderium ingots. Now, Enderium tends to be the top end item. Not the easiest thing to craft, and requires a lot of materials to make. If I just go through this here, pyrotheum dust, sulfur, which isn't too hard to find, pulverized coal, which is well, coal is easy to find, pulverizing doesn't take much. Redstone, you should have plenty by the time you've got a pulverizer. And blaze powder, which you can either get blaze rods and put them through a pulverizer, or you can make it direct. Do it through a pulverizer, you always get more blaze powder. Anyway, going back through that, go to the Enderium blend, which is shiny metal, and you can only get shiny metal by pulverizing ferrous ore. That is an important thing to remember. There's also pulverized tin, which isn't too uncommon, and you need a resonant ender bucket, which is just melted ender pearls, then transferred into a bucket. You need a magma crucible and a liquid transposer. I mean, the whole process does get quite well tiered, and there's a lot to do, but it's not so difficult that it's hard to remember. I mean, I had 2 of them down there in the reactor room, and just pop it down again. Yeah, there's 2 of them here, resonant energy cells, both full. That's because we had the pearls available to be able to make like over 10 resonant cells, and I just nabbed a couple. And I probably won't need any more ever again, but I probably will make like 6 more anyway, just so I can keep all of, like, have 3 of these running at any given time and charge all my suit. Speaking of which, the next major milestone for me is trying to obtain flight. The thing I really need, and unfortunately I'm going to have to do this, but I have global set off, I have chat shown, so my clan chat and anything the admins will say will pop up, but nothing else will, and also that as well, like announcements and things. But rank up is done money style now, so I need 80,000, and my money is 801. That's annoying. I had 20k to go up to the next rank to begin with, which helped, but the only benefit that really happened is the fact that I can become the leader of the clan I'm in. Like, there's 3 of us, and that's it, really. Let's see. I don't have crazy much in here. Some spare Eulorium when I start running low. A couple of pearls from random Endermen that I've been around that I've shot. But realistically, I need to start getting up loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of stuff. So I'm going to go vote on Tekkify vote thing so I can access the resource vault. I will be right back.